Hello everybody. I'd like to show you a few key guitar parts in Maroon 5's Misery. Okay, the first part I'd like to show you, starting at the beginning. Now, this is mainly my interpretation of it for my own band, so I'm just showing you how to play the parts as we're going to play them, but it's pretty close to the original. So, the beginning part, of course, the chords are a C chord and a B chord. But you don't have to play the whole chords because I'm going to have you start at the beginning with just a power chord. Okay, so power chord is always, let me move over here, it's always this shape. Okay, so here's a C power chord. Notice on the 5th string from the bottom I've got the 3rd fret. On the 4th string from the bottom I've got the 5th fret, and the same 5th fret with the 3rd string from the bottom as well here. So take a close look at that, and you only play the 3 strings that you're holding down. Okay, you don't play any other strings, otherwise it starts to sound like, I don't know, some kind of major 7th chord, which isn't what we're looking for in this case. So we'll start with this rhythm from the beginning. A 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's the intro. So the counting of it was this: 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. Okay, let me move over so you can see the nut right here. Okay, so again, that was those chords are just on the it's a power chord on the 3rd fret, meaning the index finger is on the 3rd fret, and slid down to the 2nd fret for the B chord, B power chord. Okay, so that was the intro, but there's also the other guitar part for the intro. Now, by the way, those power chords, I'm only going to have you play that for the intro, because otherwise the rest of the song becomes too busy. So in the verses, we're only going to have this, which we also hear in the intro. Okay, here it is played together so you can get the feel of it. Okay, so you recognize the sound of that. But I'm going to show you just those high lines right here. So we got okay, so the notes are for the C chord, that one here is just the 5th fret, 1st string, and 3rd fret, 1st string, and the rhythm is like this: 1, doom, doom. Whoops, let me try that again. Doom, doom, bum, 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 bum. Okay, you can see what I'm doing there. So the first one, again, it was the 3rd, just back and forth between the 5th and the 3rd frets. And then for that next chord, which is a B, we have 2nd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret. And the rhythm is like this. So it's kind of like an answer to the power chord. The power chord goes, there's the answer, here's the answer. Here's the answer. The answer. Sorry, my mistake. Okay? So, if you can get this part, doom, 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 bum, 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 bum. So if you can get that answer going, that happens all through every verse. So just get used to playing that, and if you got it, boom, you got the feel of most of the song. Now, one other thing, in terms of the way that Maroon 5 plays it, they kind of mute it, okay? So it's a right-hand mute. See how that sounds a bit different? It'll sound much different on your electric guitar. So I'm muting it with the palm of my hand right here. It's called chicken pickin'. And it gives you that sort of short sound, which is very important to the Maroon 5 rhythm. So here it is up here. Doom, 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 doom. So you get the idea there. So if you just practice that over and over again with singing in your mind, doom, doom, boom, doom, 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 doom. Okay, so there's the first part you need to know. Next part would be leading into the chorus. Now, I was listening carefully, and it turns out that it actually just keeps this same pattern going right into the pre-chorus as well, and then it doesn't change until you reach the chorus. So your important line for the chorus is this here. It's all played on these two bottom strings, the first string and second string. Okay, now the chords, barely call it that because it's only two notes. It's just first string 7th fret and second string 8th fret is the first part of the pattern. The second chord just bar those two strings on the 5th. It's the first string and the second string barred on the 5th. Then for the third chord, just add your third finger here. Right here, it's the second string 8th fret. And just maintain this finger of the bar. Okay, and so it's maintained here on the 5th fret, first string. Back to the first one, which is 7th fret, first string, and 8th fret, second string. Now, here's the rhythm that they'll do. Watch how there's a combination of both left hand and right hand muting. I'm keeping that mute still that I had before with the right hand here. I'll bring it up a bit for you. There you go. It's muted a little bit with that fleshy part on the side of my hand. Here, I'll get you so you can see the whole thing. Notice how the right hand is always doing a back and forth all the time. It's hitting almost every stroke. Still that percussive rhythm that Maroon 5 is famous for. Okay, but notice also there's some left hand muting. I lift, now probably practice, muting as much as you can with your left hand, and practice which places sound right and which sound wrong to lift it. Notice how there's really no lift here in the first chord, but the second one, I have to lift it on that second strike on the second chord. Listen. So that was lifted there. Down, lift, down, down. Okay? That gives you the proper rhythm. There it is. And I'm doing plenty of lifting actually on this first chord. It's not as important. Here it is without it. That's all right hand muting right there. Here it is with the left hand muted, left hand added. You see how it gives it a much more character. So try your best to get that. Here's the whole thing again. And it just repeats that I am in misery. There ain't nobody who can comfort me. Oh yeah. To me, the silence is slowly killing me. Oh yeah, gonna got me bad, gonna got me bad. I wanna get you back, wanna get you back. Back to the beginning. Dun, dun, dun. 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 Okay, so that'll take you all the way through the chorus and the verse.